Hey, I was flipping back through these problems. I realized I made an error on this one, and I'll show you exactly what the error was. I'm going to go back a couple steps right here. This is number 2b. Right there, I did not remember the formula correctly. I should have flipped back through it. So, whoopsie poopsie. That happens a lot. I make a lot of mistakes. So, let's see. This is actually the third power right there and right there, which is going to change things a little bit. It's going to make it a little more complicated, but well, I don't think it's a thing that I'm really worried about the most about how to do something to the third power, but let's at least think about it. R plus 1 to the third power. What we could do, R plus 1 times R plus 1 times R plus 1. We could do this. I mean, that's a little excessive if you ask me. It is going to be R squared plus 2R plus 1 times R plus 1, which gives us R to the third plus 3R plus R plus R squared plus another 3R, no, 2R. Whoops. Plus 1. So what we end up with is, oh, did I get one wrong? This is R squared right there. Oh, that's a 2R squared. Okay, see, I'm all over the place. There we go. R to the third plus 2R to the squared plus R plus R. Okay, that's good. That's correct. Okay, I had to think about it for a minute. What we're going to end up with is R to the third plus 3R squared plus 3R plus 1. The other one we got to consider is the same problem, but what if it was a minus sign instead of a plus sign? That would change only a handful of things. It would change this. Let's see, that plus would become a minus right there. And this would also be a minus, which would change, let's see, I got to think about which ones. This would be a minus right there. And these would all be minuses also. Minus, minus, and minus. And that would change the answer to R to the third minus 3R squared minus 3R minus 1, or plus. There you go. Yeah. So it's the same kind of answer, but some of the pluses and minuses are switched around there. So this is R plus 1 to the third power, and this is R minus 1 to the third power, right there. That will factor into how we answer this question right away, right now, actually. So this one is R to the third plus 3R squared plus 3R plus 1 minus 4 pi over 3 times R to the third minus 3R squared plus 3R minus 1. Now, again, a lot of the same stuff is going to happen here. Remember, this is all one big chunk being multiplied right there. So when we subtract things, it's important to look at things that are going to be the same. There's going to be a 4 pi over 3 r to the third and a 4 pi over 3 r to the third. Those are going to cancel out because they're opposites of each other. There's also going to be a 4 pi over 3 times 3r and a 4 pi over 3 times 3r right there. Those are also going to cancel out. In fact, what's going to be left is a 4 pi over 3. I'm going to go ahead and keep it factored out. But we're going to have a 3r squared minus a negative 3r squared, and that's going to be a 6r squared. We're also going to have a 1 minus a negative 1, so that is going to be a plus 2. And that, I believe, is the answer that I got. That's the correct solution we're looking for in this problem. I don't think it's a thing that you should worry about how to expand out a thing raised to the third power, but it's a thing you should be aware of and a thing you should, be confident enough to handle. But that is the correct answer for question B. That'll end up in my published answers, I'm sure, too. So, okay, that's it. I promise.